Hey, what's going on, Cowboy Nation? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, and today, we have some exciting and crucial news coming out of Dallas that you definitely don't want to miss. The Cowboys are making a big move ahead of the 2025 NFL free agency, and it involves none other than one of the promising young players in the secondary, Markquese Bell. That's right, folks. The Dallas Cowboys have just re-signed Bell before the free agency window opens, and it has huge implications for both the present and future of the team. If you're a fan of the Cowboys, or even just the NFL in general, this is a story you'll want to keep your eyes on, because this decision could reshape the trajectory of the Dallas defense moving forward. Today, we're going to break down the why, the how, and the impact of the Cowboys bringing Markquese Bell back on board before the free agency frenzy begins. So, what exactly is going on here? The Cowboys have re-signed Markquese Bell, a player who has shown promise in his time with the team but isn't yet a household name. Bell was originally brought in by the Cowboys as an undrafted free agent, which, when you think about it, is one of those moves that has the potential to either go under the radar or become one of the best finds in the team's history. Now, we're hearing that the Cowboys have locked him up with a contract extension before the 2025 NFL free agency period. This is significant because it shows the Cowboys are serious about keeping their young, versatile defensive players. Bell is an intriguing player for a number of reasons. He's got the size, the athleticism, and most importantly, the mentality to thrive in a system that values versatility and aggression in its secondary. To be clear, the exact terms of the deal haven't been fully disclosed as of yet, but given the timing and the fact that this comes right before the start of free agency, we can expect that the Cowboys have secured him on a relatively team-friendly contract, at least compared to some of the other big money deals that are going to be handed out over the next few weeks. This is an important step, especially when considering that the Cowboys will have other financial decisions to make as they look to continue building a championship contender. Now, let's take a moment to talk about who Markquese Bell is and why the Cowboys have decided to re-sign him. Bell's story is one of perseverance and opportunity. He went undrafted in 2023, which for many players can be a huge setback. But for Bell, it was just the beginning of what looks like a promising NFL career. Bell initially entered the league after playing at the college level, where he was a standout. In college, he showcased his speed, agility, and natural instincts in the defensive backfield, playing primarily as a safety. His raw talent stood out, but what really caught the Cowboys' attention was his ability to cover a lot of ground quickly, as well as his ability to read offenses and react in real time. These are attributes that are incredibly valuable in the Cowboys' defense, which relies on strong safety play, ball hawking skills, and a defensive backfield that can lock down receivers. When Bell was undrafted, many teams saw the raw potential but weren't quite sure what he could bring to the table at the NFL level. But the Cowboys saw something in him, the perfect fit for their defense. They brought him in for a tryout, and it didn't take long for the coaching staff to realize that this kid had the potential to make an impact. From the start, Bell's athleticism was evident. His quickness and natural ball skills were on full display, and it wasn't long before he earned a spot on the 53-man roster. His time with the Cowboys has been marked by steady improvement. Bell has demonstrated an ability to play multiple positions in the secondary, giving the Cowboys flexibility and depth at a position that's vital to their defensive success. He's been able to develop his skills under the watchful eye of defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, whose system values versatility and speed. First, as I mentioned earlier, Bell offers incredible versatility. He's been able to line up as a deep safety, as well as in the box, depending on the situation. That type of flexibility is gold in today's NFL, where offenses are more dynamic and unpredictable than ever before. With the way teams like the Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers, and Kansas City Chiefs have built high-powered offenses, having versatile players like Bell in your secondary is absolutely crucial. Secondly, Bell has shown steady improvement. We've seen his confidence grow each week on the field. He's become more comfortable with the speed of the NFL game, and that's allowed him to take better angles, make smarter decisions, and be more of a playmaker. In 2024, he had some key interceptions and pass breakups that proved his worth. His ability to read the quarterback and position himself well for turnovers has been a pleasant surprise. With Bell locked in, the Cowboys are ensuring that they have solid depth at the safety position moving forward. The Cowboys already have some solid starters in the secondary, including Trayvon Diggs and Darren Bland at cornerback, and Donovan Wilson and Jaron Kearse at safety. But Bell gives them a valuable option off the bench who can step in and contribute in big moments without missing a beat. Now, I know what some of you might be wondering: how does this re-signing impact the Cowboys' salary cap space moving into the 2025 season? That's a fair question, especially considering that the Cowboys are expected to be big players in free agency this offseason. But based on the structure of the deal and the timing, it's clear that the Cowboys have been careful to manage their cap space while still retaining talent like Bell. By re-signing Bell before the madness of free agency begins, the Cowboys can keep his contract at a manageable rate for the short term. Bell is still young, so his deal isn't going to break the bank. This allows the Cowboys to stay aggressive in free agency and make other key signings or re-sign their own players without worrying too much about Bell's contract hindering their flexibility. It's also important to note that the Cowboys have a solid foundation of young, homegrown talent, which is essential for maintaining financial stability. Bell's re-signing is a perfect example of the Cowboys' ability to lock up emerging players before they become expensive stars in free agency. This approach is a great way to stay competitive without having to overpay in the open market. Looking ahead, this move signals that the Cowboys are building for sustained success. By keeping a player like Markquese Bell, they're continuing to solidify their defense, which has been one of the team's strongest units in recent years. Under Dan Quinn, the Cowboys' defense has become one of the most formidable in the league, and players like Bell help ensure that the team stays competitive at a high level. As we look to the future, this also means the Cowboys are in a position to continue developing their younger players. Bell, as part of that group, will likely continue to grow and become an even more integral part of the defense. Who knows? A couple of years down the line, we might be talking about him as one of the top safeties in the league, and it's clear that the Cowboys are betting on that potential with this re-signing. Also, with the impending draft in 2025, the Cowboys will likely focus on adding even more pieces to the puzzle, whether that's through free agency or the draft. Having Bell locked in gives the Cowboys some stability at the safety position, allowing them to focus on other areas of need, like offensive line depth or adding another dynamic wide receiver. So there you have it, Cowboys fans. The re-signing of Markquese Bell before the 2025 NFL free agency is a crucial move that sets the stage for the next phase of the Cowboys defense. Bell's versatility, steady improvement, and potential for even greater growth make him a valuable asset to this team, and by locking him up early, the Cowboys are ensuring they have a key player for the future. As always, I'd love to hear what you think about this move. Do you think Markquese Bell has the potential to be a star in the Cowboys defense? Or do you think they should have addressed other needs before committing to him? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share with your fellow Cowboy fans, and of course, subscribe for more in-depth news and analysis. We'll keep you updated on all things Cowboys as we head into free agency and beyond.